We're at the state capitol in Salem. The building you see here is the third Capitol building. The first one burnt down in 1855, the next one in 1935. The one you see here in 1938, it was dedicated as the fourth newest in the United States. Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers, everybody. I'm Ken Ackerman. Our guest is in his very first term as a legislator, but already he's chairing a key committee. Please welcome Shawn Lindsay. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Ken.
This key committee is, boy, you're right in the thick of things because you have both sides trying to figure out how to redistrict areas. And this happens how often?
Every 10 years, once every 10 years.
Well, tell us about it a little bit.
Yeah, so the Oregon Constitution mandates that we redistrict every 10 years. And of course, we just got done doing a census, the United States Census. We get those numbers no later than April 1st of this year. And the legislature, the entire legislative assembly, both the House and the Senate, is mandated to redraw all the district boundaries. Here in Oregon, Bend and Washington County specifically has boomed in population. And so we need to redraw those boundaries to make sure that there's no underrepresentation or no overrepresentation. And so I think that it'll be interesting to thread this needle and make sure that everybody's happy with the new legislative and congressional boundaries that we have to draw as well.
Now, conversely, which communities are on the decline?
So Eastern Oregon, Southern Oregon, some of those, the more rural communities have lost population, and so those boundaries are probably going to have to increase in geographical boundaries.
Well, the governor came out with his proposed budget February 1st, and for the most part you applaud the budget, but there are some caveats. Tell me about the caveats.
Sure, yes, I do applaud his budget. I think it's great that he's thinking outside the box. A couple concerns that I have is that if you look at the total funds budget, Department of Human Services and Oregon Health Authority is increasing, if my numbers are correct, by over 18%. But if you look at the education budget, it looks like it's a 5.5% cut. I'm incredibly concerned that we're increasing human services at the expense of education. I think that's running around with fire extinguishers in times of flood. I think we need to educate first. That's higher priority because it's those educated people that can provide for the necessary services, human services.
Now, I know PERS is on the table once again, but it's been on the table for many, many dinners since probably the early 2000s. Tell me what's going to be different about this session.
We have a tied house. It's a priority. It's the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and everybody knows it. So I think, number one, rhetorically, it's being addressed. Number two, some specific bills that I'm sponsoring are, one is to remove legislators from PERS. I think it's an inherent conflict of interest that us legislators are voting something that we're beneficiaries of. And when I started here day one, they slid the paper across to me, are you going to sign up for PERS or not? And there's a little catch in my throat. But having campaigned against it for 6 months, I pushed the paper back. But that just illustrates that there is an inherent conflict of interest. So I hope we can remove that. A second thing that we're doing on PERS is creating what's called a new Tier 4. Essentially what that is for all new public employees, they should go into a 401k system instead of the outdated, rusty governmental program of a pension.
All right, let's move on to Main Street Incentive Program. Tell me what that means.
Sure. So I sit on the Transportation and Economic Development Committee, and that is the committee that can hopefully create some good public policy that will encourage the private sector. One plan that's being proposed is the Main Street Incentive Program. What that is it's a tax credit to companies and individuals that want to make a capital improvement. And what that would mean is, if for example, if I wanted to put a new yard in, I could be given an incentive to do that by extending a tax credit to me. That would be an incentive for me to hire a contractor. That contractor would hire 3 or 4 subcontractors. All of a sudden, there's 4 people that are employed that are paying payroll taxes. Number one. Number two, when the property's done, my house value's gone up, and I'll be paying more property taxes. So I think that that's one incentive that I'm very interested in. I think it can help the economy and the private sector get moving.
All right, Shawn Lindsay, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for being here as well on Comcast Newsmakers. Make it a great day.